except where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
I don't know why it has to be all or nothing with some people whenever I tell them that they should take a martial arts class. And I'm really talking about people who feel like that because they have concealed carry or they know how to shoot a gun that they don't need to know any empty hand techniques whatsoever at all. Now, I think they are just as ridiculous as the people who think that because they know empty hand techniques that they don't ever truly need to carry a gun or learn how to shoot a gun at all. Now, the only problem with what I just said is I don't think, ever met anyone besides maybe a child who is really good at empty hand techniques who does not think that they do not need to learn how to shoot a gun at all. I do not believe in carrying a gun at all, only because I fear being racially profiled by the police because of who I am. That's the only reason why I don't carry. I honestly believe that if I carried a gun and I had the permit on me and everything, I think it would be only a matter of time before that one rare bad cop who's just insane enough is going to just assume that if I have the gun, I'm up to no good, and he's at least going to keep me cuffed until he or she, for that matter, feels super comfortable, or I might just get shot because I happen to have the weapon I'm supposed to carry. That's the only reason why I don't carry. It's not that I don't think it's effective. It's not that I don't think that it's useful. I think it's very useful. I know it's very useful. I learned how to shoot guns before I joined the military and I learned how to shoot a handgun in the military. And I do not discourage people from shooting. In fact, the only reason why I don't go to the gun range regularly is I just don't have time right now. I do look forward to, in my golden years, shooting. I want to be one of those old people that go to the range and shoot because I'll have the time. I just don't have the time to do it right now. And since the martial arts does help me out with my health and my health conditions a lot, I know that practicing the martial arts is going to help me when I'm older be able to shoot. And that is the main, well, not the main thing, that is a main reason why I think that people who carry guns should shoot. I mean, carry guns should practice martial arts. You need to look at it like this. And this is, I'm not making up this idea, okay? Although this is my opinion. You cannot always get to the gun. You need to have a fighting or warrior mindset. The martial arts are a good way for regular people who don't have a lot of violence experience to get a fighting self defense mindset. I'm not talking killer instinct, kill or be killed. I'm talking about a I can handle different levels of violence mindset. I can defend myself and other people if I need to, even though I seek peace first mindset. That's the type of mindset I want you to come away with from being a martial artist. Learning how to breathe and learning how to control your temper and your emotions when someone is punching and kicking or trying to grapple and pin you and put you in submission, that should give you enough clear headedness to think when it's time to reach for a weapon. So, I want you to imagine a situation where this could happen, where you're driving and somebody attacks you. You can't reach down and get to your weapon, or you don't think to get to your weapon because you're so overwhelmed. Hopefully, your empty hand techniques will be there. Now, there have been instances I've heard of, though I have never seen these myself, where somebody gets attacked and their empty hand techniques aren't there because they go completely blank and they just can't access them. Why do people think that you are always going to be able to get to your gun? You're not. And that's probably another thing that also changes my perception of carrying a gun all the time because where I live at, there are federal buildings not too far from us. There's always some sort of government place I may have to go to at least once a year. Okay. I mean, I know my day job is in those type of buildings, outside of COVID. But I'm at least going to, I know for sure I'm at least going to have to go to that type of building at least once a year. A lot of us in this area are at some point. We cannot carry our firearms on the federal property. If we do, we have to check them in. Okay? So if somebody tries to do something to you while you're on that property, you don't have your firearm with you. How are you going to be able to defend yourself if you're not allowed to carry weapons all the time? A good way for you to be able to defend yourself if you can't carry weapons with you all the time is to be able to defend yourself without a weapon. So, I hear this from people that got concealed carry. I hear this from people, not all, definitely not all. But I just call them the "I'll just shoot 'em" crowd. I say this: if you rely too much on a weapon, whether it's a gun, even if it's a knife, or even if it's a stick or something that you're carrying, if that's always your go-to, then you're jumping over other levels of force that could possibly defuse the situation. The best thing, of course, would be to avoid confrontation altogether if possible. But I know that's not 100%. That's not 100% guarantee. But you can avoid a lot of violence that you have as a civilian if you learn how to talk to people, if you pay attention to your environment, if if you see, let's like for example, I'm being vague on purpose because this was a situation that happened recently in the media. Somebody got shot in this liquor store. Now, if you look at the footage, you can see that the person who ended up doing the shooting was deliberately taking up the walkways like nobody better walk past me because I'm Mr. Invincible. If you learn that there are people that act that way and that just want to provoke a conflict, consciously or subconsciously, because they have a gun, you give them a wide berth, you let them go, you let them do what they need to do, you avoid them, you stay away from them. That can keep you from getting into conflicts with them. Don't argue with people in parking lots. Don't argue with people, on the road with road rage. You do not engage with people, eat with verbal violence for that matter, or physical violence if you absolutely don't have to. Okay? All that being said, I still think you should take martial arts classes, and I see nothing wrong with people learning how to shoot a gun or even having one being a gun owner and having it in your home. I have no problem with that at all. At all. At all. Just because I don't walk around with a gun on my horse all the time, it doesn't mean that I'm a stranger to firearms. I just know what I know, and I know that your martial arts training is something that you can carry with you everywhere, and it also benefits your body too. So let's stop thinking it's just this either or choice. It's not. You can learn to talk to people to be peaceful. You can follow your religious tenets to be peaceful. And you can also learn how to defend yourself empty hand. And you can also learn how to defend yourself with a gun. So thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people like talk about the martial arts and peace. And thank you for your time.
Where them chicks at?